A warm welcome, everyone. I'm Christine Odell, your Divine Detox Goddess, and I am just delighted that you are here to learn how to do a proper detox and how to do it Dr. Morse style. This topic will be in 2 parts, so look for the other video to make sure you get the complete overview. As a certified detoxification specialist, an intuitive feminine healer, and creator of the Divine Detox Healing Programs, I want you to know that I am always here to help you on your detox and healing journey. And for those of you who don't know about my own detox and healing story, let me just share a quick overview of why I chose to do a deep detoxification the Dr. Morse way, and eventually went on to train with him to become a detox specialist. I am 62 years old and I suffered for more than 40 years with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, anxiety, depression, and a whole boatload of other symptoms. I knew nothing for decades but frustration and deep discouragement because I couldn't figure out how to heal myself. And believe me, I tried everything. So 3 years ago, I just got to a point where I'd had enough. So I decided that in 2015, I was going to find a way to heal once and for all. The miracle was that I found Dr. Morse's program. So I started my journey on a mostly raw and high fruit diet. And I'll share that at first I dove off a cliff and basically went splat. I got a little overzealous and went a little too fast and had to pick myself up and slow down a little bit. Once I got that rolling really well and began to take Dr. Morse's herbal formulas, the transition began. I have enjoyed significant healing of all those things I mentioned, and as I go deeper and deeper and deeper, things get better and better and better. So that's my short story. And now, after completing the Level 2 Detox Specialist training with Dr. Morse, I teach other people how to do it too. So welcome to my Divine Detox Lifestyle Tribe. There are many Divine Detox Goddesses in my community and a few Divine Detox Gods too. Okay, let's get started on how to do a detox the Dr. Morse way. Okay, this is part 1 of how to do a proper detox. Make sure to look for part 2 to get the complete overview. What I have learned over the past 3 years is that successful detoxification and healing is all about making a very slow and mindful transition. So what I want to teach you today are the 3 transition phases of proper detoxification. I'll go into more detail in just a moment, but these are the 3 phases. Phase 1, transition your diet and lifestyle. In this phase, the 2 most important things to learn are how to transition your diet and how to transition your lifestyle behaviors. I'll talk about that more in just a moment. Phase 2, you will want to transition to a raw vegan diet. Now you'll need to learn how to properly transition to eating raw foods and more fruits, and how to deal with the emotional issues that are going to come up as you make this transition. Phase 3, eating 100% fruit is the next transition to make. What I will teach you in Phase 3 is the proper way to use fruit and fruit cleanses and how to deal with the paradigm shift you will need to make to be successful at this level. Now I'll begin by saying that some people come from a toxic lifestyle and skip right to Phase 3 because they have a high level of belief that this will work for them. They are all excited and enthusiastic and just on fire to get to eating an all-fruit diet and doing the herbal protocols and getting healthy again. For some people, this works. However, most people who fast-track this process often just end up suffering needlessly. So there can be a cost for diving off a cliff. As I shared, I tried it and it wasn't pretty. Then I had to start all over again. I had to slow down and let my knowledge and experience catch up with the protocol I wanted to get to. So I don't recommend quantum leaping until you get a little closer to phase 3. If you're really, really sick, as in cancer or something life-threatening, then you may have to take a quantum leap. And if you do that, please, please get professional help from a detox specialist. But for everyone else, I would start out slow and easy. It will stress you less and you'll get better results. So let's talk about phase 1 and how to transition your diet and lifestyle. As I mentioned, there are 2 things to learn in phase 1 for a successful transition to phase 2. Those 2 things are making a diet transition and how to transition your lifestyle. Let's start with diet. This is a really simple thing to do. However, it may not be easy at first. You will want to eliminate harmful foods and incorporate healing foods. So, what are the harmful foods that don't support a proper detox? Meat, fish, dairy and eggs, coffee, wine and beer, grains, dried beans and refined sugar and salt, all soft drinks, processed foods, and artificial flavors, and most fats and oils. You can use a little olive and coconut oil very sparingly, and eat avocado sparingly as you transition. People also ask me about cooked food, and what I believe is that during this transition phase, lightly cooked or steamed veggies are just fine. Whew, now that I've rattled off that list, that is not to say that you should dump all those foods immediately. What's best in this phase is to eliminate 1 or 2 of these foods each week. These foods are not going to support your detox and will only slow it down. All of these foods are acid and mucus forming in your body. And that just means that they are going to create an obstruction to your healing by congesting your lymphatic system, which is how you eliminate toxins through your kidneys. And by the way, we call this elimination through the kidneys kidney filtration. The second thing that you will need to transition is your lifestyle. As you learn more about proper detoxification and begin to make changes, your life is going to shift in ways you never imagined. This can cause a lot of mental and emotional turmoil. So you want to be prepared for how this will be affecting your family life, your social life, and your work life. It can be a very dramatic change for most people. Okay, so the hardest part of your journey is going to be eliminating the foods that you know aren't going to serve or honor your detox and healing journey. But here's the easy part. You get to transition into phase 2, which is to become a healthy and happy raw vegan. That means you're going to begin enjoying a raw, plant-based, life-giving, and high vibrational diet, because that is what is going to alkalize your body and purge all the stuff that's been making you sick. As I mentioned, there are 2 things to learn in phase 2 for a successful transition to phase 3. You will need to learn how to properly transition to eating raw foods and more fruits, and how to deal with the emotional issues that are most likely going to come up as you make this transition. Let's talk about transitioning to a raw vegan diet first, and how to incorporate the healing foods that will serve and honor your detoxification and healing journey. All right, instead of telling you specific foods that I think you should eat, I'm going to instead give you what I call my daily raw food formula. For breakfast, juicy fruit or freshly made juice is the best way to break your fast. I find that choosing one fruit group, such as citrus or melons or grapes, works best. What I'm suggesting is whether you eat them or you juice them, stick to one food family. So every morning I drink a citrus blend juice with oranges, grapefruit, and lemons. For lunch, your lunch can be more fruit. One of the best ways to add something that is easy to digest, is detoxifying and healing, is to make a smoothie in your blender or Vitamix. One of my favorites is my beautiful blueberry banana smoothie, which has coconut water, wild blueberries, bananas, medjool dates, and cinnamon. It makes a great lunch. If you'd rather just eat some fruit, you can combine 2 or 3 fruits or just eat a mono meal. That means that you're just eating one fruit until you're full. For dinner, although you can either have a salad or a fruit dinner, I'll talk about the salad now and more about fruit for dinner when we get to phase 3. The best dinner salad that's going to be all raw and easy to digest is a salad with tender, leafy greens rather than the tougher and harder to digest greens like maybe kale and chard and so forth. So choose romaine or butter lettuces or a tender spring mix as the base of your salad. Then you can add any combination of the following vegetables: celery, cucumber, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, beets, zucchini or sprouts, and a few small slices of avocado. As for dressings, there's really not time here for me to go into recipes, but keep it simple with some citrus juice, a little honey, some grated ginger, and maybe some herbs thrown in. And if you need more food, you can snack on fruits. Just make sure that you're getting enough calories until you graduate to deeper detoxing. So let me say a few words now about emotional detoxification. You are most likely making some dramatic and profound changes to your lifestyle at this point, and inevitably, you're going to encounter some times that your detoxification brings up strong emotions. And the changes you're making to your lifestyle can trigger conflicts with family, friends, and coworkers, and that may be a bit challenging to navigate. So that's probably another video, but I just want to make sure that you're aware that the changes you're making will change your life in very interesting ways. So let's talk about phase 3 and how to transition to all fruit, fruit juicing, and fasting. As I already mentioned, in this phase, the 2 most important things to learn are the proper way to use fruit, fruit juices, and fasting, and how to deal with the paradigm shift you will need to make to be successful at this level. If you truly want to deeply detox at a level that will totally transform your health and life, this phase is going to take a very solid commitment. In phase 2, you may still be transitioning from your old way of eating and your old lifestyle habits, and you may be continuing to eliminate the harmful foods. As you incorporate more and more raw foods and fruits, you will be more physically, mentally, and emotionally ready to transition to all fruit in phase 3. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about specific ways to use fruit in juicing and fasting, because you can do the same thing in phase 3 as you did in phase 2. Just change your dinner salad over to a fruit dinner. So you might make another smoothie, make a fruit salad, or again, have a mono meal of just one fruit. Then, as your body gets more and more used to 100% diet that is all raw, you can begin experimenting with more juicing and work towards a juice cleanse or a fast. Just make sure you have some experience with being 100% raw fruit first. But juice cleanses and fastings are probably another video. So I think I can help most by concluding with a few words about the deep transformation that will happen when you decide to go full out on your detoxification and healing journey. For me, it has been a pretty wild ride. It can be an incredible adventure that changes you and the people around you for the better. So if you are still here listening to this video, you are probably ready to embark on this detox and healing journey or move to the next phase. And I would encourage you to be open to getting support so that you can accelerate the process and be much more successful in a shorter period of time. As I mentioned at the beginning, I dove off a cliff and went splat. So I'll just say that it can be a very deep dive physically and emotionally to do this, and you might be really challenged to navigate it by yourself. Many of you know that I am a certified detox specialist trained by Dr. Morse, and that I've been on a 3-year journey of detoxification and healing myself. But there are other detoxification specialists out there, and you could also work with a counselor at Dr. Morse's clinic. So please don't hesitate to reach out for help if you want someone to walk the path with you and make it a little bit easier. Well, that's an overview of how to do a proper detox, and I know that you can do it. And you deserve radiant health because it is your divine birthright. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you would like it, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you'd like to get started on the Divine Detox Healing journey, I warmly invite you to join my Facebook support group called Divine Detox for Women, where we work on learning and applying Dr. Morse's teachings. The link to it is in the description below. And I also offer a free Divine Detox Diet Guide, and you can download that by clicking the link, which is also in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. I'm honored to have you in my community and to lead you on the path of your healing journey. And now I leave you with all my love, compassion, and hope for your healing. Namaste.